I'm late. I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late.
It must be awfully important, like a party or something. Mr. Red?
Welcome back, boys. Welcome back, Mr. Volchko.
Welcome back, Mr. Delling, and thanks for bringing the beers.
Oh, as always, a pleasure. You're welcome.
Yeah, I saw on Facebook.
I'm detoxing, Brian.
Yeah, I can see how you're detoxing. if anybody's been on Facebook and you saw Delling's pictures, I think at least half of them were at bars.
Nah, I could have posted the other half, but I didn't.
From the other bars?
Yeah, all the local beer I was drinking was so amazing.
Nice. But yeah, Detling brought some beers over, and one from Slippery Rock, which I've never had, called the Stinky Hippie. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's
delicious.
It's pretty
Who
good.
thought a stinky hippie would taste so good?
Well, we all know Vince.
Vince, literally, if you lick him, it's like licking a patchouli stick. I mean, I don't want to do that anymore.
So, anyways, how was the travels?
Travels were amazing. I was all over the place. I went North Carolina, South Carolina for a wedding and just some relaxation time with my parents. And then I went over to the west side of the United States. Went to Seattle. Then we went to
Compton?
Washington, state of Washington. Went all over. We went to like the Hoh National Rainforest, where when I was walking through a course, I was like, "Ho!" Nobody found it funny. Apparently,
No one's ever done that, I'm sure.
No. And then from there, we went to Victoria, British Columbia. And then from there, we went to Vancouver and back to Seattle. So we made a little turnaround there. And I mean, I could sit here and go for about like an hour, like Craig wants me to, about my vacation, and like even attach some videos and photos to the email. But Brian has made it quite clear that we are on a time budget right now.
We're way behind, and I'll take
How far
responsibility.
behind are we?
2 weeks behind.
2 weeks behind, yeah.
And I'll take full responsibility for that. And I've got no good excuse. But you know what? It is what it is. We're here. We're back. We're giving what you want, and we're just gonna go with it.
Well, the only thing I gotta say, Brian, is this: by you not doing the show for 2 weeks, it clearly states that I am the whole show.
Well, what about all the times that I did the show without you and it got rave reviews?
Oh, those are only rave reviews by Jay because he was the guy. There was rave reviews my butt.
They were incredible. I mean, everybody's like, "Wait, can we get more of that Jay guy?"
Oh, Jay is a taint waffle.
That was really rude. He would never say anything close to that to you.
No, he would not. It would be more of a calculated insult in the form of a compliment.
Yeah, that's true. It would be backhanded, you know.
Yeah, it definitely would be backhanded. Much like when I say the Rivers Runs Through Us is a great band. If you're in a pinch. But with that being said, I had a Rivers Runs Through Us sticker given to me by Jay on my bag the whole trip.
Wow.
So I helped promote your band.
That's incredible. Did you get anybody talking about it?
Heinz Ward.
That's great.
I did see. I saw Heinz Ward in the airport in Chicago, and he looked over and said, "Hey, man, is that a Rivers Runs Through Us sticker?" And I said, "Why, yes, Heinz, it is." And he goes, "Rock on, man, rock on." And for those of you that don't believe me, that I saw Heinz Ward in the airport, may the fantasy gods strike down on me for the next 10 weeks. That's how true it is.
It's not that great of a story. I mean, who cares? You saw a guy at the airport.
Heinz Ward, man, he's a legend.
Yeah, he smiles. You know, he's all smiles.
He caught 1,000 passes, Brian.
Yeah, they had to feed it to him at the end. They're like, "Hold on, let's make up some new plays just so Heinz can get 1,000 catches."
Do you know how many times we had to feed you the ball when you played soccer for Winber? A lot.
Whatever. That's because nobody else could do anything.
Oh, I was ready.
Who was the leading scorer of Wimber soccer for how many years? Like 8 years?
You didn't even know you were a leading scorer.
I know, that's the worst part.
I probably still have the most saves. But they're never going to tell me that.
No, you have the worst save percentage.
That is all your fault. I also have the most saves. I average 60 a game. That's what Brian Vaught said. And coach.
Anyway.
I am good, Brian.
Sure. So anyway, you did get to go to Seattle, and you said you saw the Seahawks stadium?
I did see it. I saw it it's right next to the Seattle Mariners Stadium. It's beautiful. The seats are like Seattle neon green.
Nice.
But there's also like pictures on these pillars of the roads below where the train goes, and they have like paintings of Russell Wilson. And there's one of Marshawn Lynch doing his Michael Jackson tribute as he dives into the end zone.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it was really cool. I wanted to stay and go to a Seahawks game, but I would have stayed for like another week. But it was awesome. I love seeing new stadiums.
Did they have one of them like giving the Super Bowl to the Patriots?
Oh, brutal. No. There was no talk of any Patriots the whole time I was there.
That's good. Well, welcome back, and real quick before we get into this week, I just want to do a quick recap on the draft weekend. I thought it was incredible.
Shouldn't you introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm Detonators, Tonto Bowl 6 champ,
And I am Matt Detling, Tonto Bowl 1 and 3 champ.
the hardest years ever.
The hardest years, 8 teams.
Just so everyone knows, it has officially been over a decade since Detling has won a Tonto Bowl, which I love.
Which, thank you for bringing that up, Brian.
No problem.
Like wine, I age gracefully.
You are bitter like an IPA.
Oh, I like it. For when I win my next championship, you guys will all get a bottle of wine.
Sweet.
I'm not going to tell you what kind of wine. Maybe it'll be the league's 3 penis wine.
Nice. It'll be like the wine that you dropped all over your floor.
Oh, I got to bring that up. That was I never got to taste it. I never got to taste it. I was so mad.
Did you lick it off the floor just to see?
No.
I wouldn't judge you.
No, I was sad. I went to bed. I cried a little bit. That was Boy's wine. It was Justin's cousin, and it was an award-winning wine. It was a gold medal Wimber wine.
I'm sure that was hard to win.
Who knows? Apparently, it's a very popular thing. The guy literally transformed part of his basement into a wine cellar.
Yeah,
He seems very devoted.
I'm impressed.
I was very impressed because I never thought anybody like that was like a DiGiulio or anybody would be like into wine like that. I always thought it was like Pabst Blue Ribbon or Iron City.
Iron.
Or whatever the cheapest beer was. I thought that's what they drank.
All right, well, I'm going to cut you off there because you're going off on a tangent. But I just wanted to bring up the draft weekend real quick and say it was an awesome time. My favorite part, 2 favorite parts. One was when Detling bought us all around at Rizzo's. It was incredible. I mean, it was after midnight. Detling couldn't make it.
You guys are welcome.
Foy called you up. You were drunk. Bought everybody around.
I was.
Including Stan, who's not even in the league.
I was having a good party. Yeah, what about Stan? I'm not paying for Stan.
Wait, you didn't pay it yet?
No, I didn't pay it yet. I haven't been to Wimber since then. When I go to Rizzo's, maybe next time I'll buy a bottle of Dom.
So you have a tab now at Rizzo's. You still have to pay.
I'm basically the norm of Rizzo's. I walk in, they all know my name, sit at the corner, and I get my beer.
Actually, I have 2 more highlights. One, as we've mentioned before, Craig's incredible fried balls shocked us. Have you ever had them?
Craig's fried balls?
Yeah, it's not even a joke. It's something that he only makes for like the staff, like the cooks.
Oh, is that the meatball thing?
Yeah.
No, I've never had the fried meatballs.
Oh,
with Craig.
incredible.
So you liked Craig's balls?
We all did.
You had his fried balls in your mouth?
Time and time again.
Wow. That's probably why I'm going to win the league, is because I'm the only one that didn't have the fried balls.
We had the fried balls from the guy who has the turkey leg penis.
Man, you guys might have the turkey leg penis disease. If Craig didn't wash his hands that night. You took your own penis into your own hands.
That's funny. Well, we all thought he was trying to set us up because he brought it straight to the table that was where Gags, Jimmy, and Jay sat. So we thought that he was trying to poison the East Coast,
wow.
Which I wasn't against. But clearly, whenever we had random strangers coming up and just taking food off the plate, we knew it was safe.
Oh, other people were trying to take the meatballs away
all
from
the
you
waiters
guys?
and waitresses, they just came over and just took it. Yeah.
Sounds like Rizzo's.
Yeah. So, good times.
What was the other highlight?
The other highlight, by far, I don't know if you heard this or not, but there's a new challenge in Wimber, and if you complete all 3 phases of the challenge, you get some kind of a reward or trophy. But first, you have to go to Mimo's, and you have to eat an entire medium pizza by yourself.
Jeez.
Yep. Then you have to go down to the Rambler, get a large cone, devour that. Then you have to walk over to Rizzo's and have 3 drinks.
What?
That's the Gags challenge.
Oh, that's a Gags challenge. I was going to say, what is this?
It was
medium pizza. Is it
incredible.
One topping? No topping?
I think it was 1 topping. That was pepperoni. Yep.
A large cone.
Large cone. You know the large cone.
I
It's
know.
like
They're
bigger than your head.
huge.
Yeah.
and three
Think
what
at
beers?
least- I don't
or
know. I think they were mixed drinks.
Mixed drinks.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to drink mixed drinks than beer.
Yeah. It was a feat.
What
that was
what is
incredible.
the prize for challenge?
I don't know. Gags will have to put out the prize on that because he's
Okay.
the only one who's ever done it.
Right. That's impressive. I probably would have stopped at a quarter way through the medium pizza.
Not that Jimmy's not having a worse year that he could ever have fantasy wise. Reality, he's doing great, doing
Yeah.
awesome. Weddings coming up and all that, moving into a new house. But fantasy wise, couldn't be going worse. And sorry I have to do this, Jimmy, but Jimmy couldn't put down his medium pizza.
Really?
Gags
the
looked
old
him in the
Jimmy
eye.
would have been able to do it.
The old Jimmy would have.
He had like 10, 20 more pounds on him. He was a little. I don't know if he was happy, but he definitely his belly showed happiness. I mean, he could put down the stromboli over potato chips like no other man I've seen.
Yeah, Permane sandwiches like I've never seen two within like I think maybe 20 minutes.
That's nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. I saw Justin Bajorek do 3.
That was over 5 hours.
Well, he
Jimmy
also
put
had
down 2 in 20
balls.
minutes.
2 and I think Justin can do 3 and 20. I think he could. I think Justin would accept that challenge if we bought the sandwiches for him. I think he could do it. I once saw Justin take 6 slabs of sausage off an Eat Park plate and
Oh,
just
yeah.
swallow them whole.
It's
He almost
incredible.
died that night, but he did it for us.
Can we turn our league into just do a food eating competition?
I will only comment on the. I will only be a commentator. I will never compete in this league.
Same here. I'll bet and I'll watch,
Yeah,
but
I could never put down stuff like that. That's amazing what they do.
in Jimmy's defense, and Gags called it right away. He was dunking his. Well, first of all, he got 2 sodas, 2 root beers.
Mistake. Classic mistake.
Huge mistake.
Waters.
Yeah, waters all the way. He was dunking his crust in the root beer and eating it, and played it off like it's a thing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Was it like want the fizz or something? What the? Yeah, it's creepy.
He will go down in Wimber history as the guy. Yeah.
Be careful what you say next.
Root beer pizza guy.
We'll make a statue of him.
yeah.
It'll be out of pizza crust.
So, anyways, those were the highlights of the draft weekend for me.
Oh, yeah, I would say it was majestic.
None of it had anything to do with the actual draft.
True.
And I still owe Justin 3 beers. 2, I think, 2.
Yeah, it's true. You didn't pay for it. My gosh.
He wouldn't
3
let
years.
me. He wouldn't let me.
You just weren't fast enough.
Yeah.
I think my highlight was when even before I stepped out of the car, I called over to the one guy and I go, "Hey, tree size." When the guy looked at me and said, "Tree size." I go, "You're not tree size, are you?" The guy looks just like, "I don't know who you are talking about." And I said, "Oh my God." I was like, "Don't worry, you don't want to be tree size anyway."
That's too funny.
The guy started laughing. He's like, "All right, have a good
Did
day."
he look like tree size?
From afar, like, he had a hat on and sunglasses, but he also had like the similar build to tree size.
Okay.
I should have known when he stepped out like a Pontiac Grand Am instead of like his super minivan that True Size has.
Right, the Transformer van.
Yes, that's true. Transformer van. And also the other one was getting to talk to Zach until they made me come in draft.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was digging Zach's '70s outfit that he had on
Yeah.
from the,
Yeah, it was
from the
nice.
'70s show. Yeah, it was pretty
And I
cool.
liked your Andre outfit.
My Andre outfit.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I was wearing.
Plaid shorts. It was. You are the Andre of this league.
No,
the
wait,
official.
Bean is the Andre of this league. Bean wears the hats. Bean wears scarves.
He doesn't wear scarves.
He does. And Bean is in theater. So
That's
Bean likes
true.
wine and talks about his stuff like Je ne sais quoi and all the other stuff. I am not Andre.
We'll have to put that up to a league vote.
Whatever. I know your league vote is going to be all in favor of me just to piss me off.
No, I mean Bean might win it, or it might be a draw. I hope it's a draw.
Easy. Whatever. Move on.
So we're 15 minutes in, and I think it's about ready time to start the show. What do you say?
Oh, yeah. I do say.
Let's get this season started, even though we're already in week 3.
Hey guys, it's time for the draft review. And this is the part where we take a look at all your teams and we come up with our opinions and say the best and worst draft pick of the year for your team.
Yeah, and we're not really basing it on what's already happened for the first 2 weeks, because that's not technically fair. Like, I'm not going to say, like, oh, that was an awful pick, dealing Des Bryant in the 4th round. That was stupid. Couldn't you see that he was going to get hurt?
In the 4th round? Fourth pick in the first
Fourth
round?
pick, whatever, yeah.
Whatever. You get it right or pay the price, Brian.
Come on, you can't quote Kavicic.
I can't, and I just did.
All right. So anyways, it's based on pretty much the actual draft before the season started.
Right.
So we're going to go, team by team. We haven't shared notes, and we're going to try and keep this relatively quick because we've got a lot to get to.
Right. Well, so speaking really quick, let me just interject.
I can tell this is not going to be quick already.
No, I would just want to say that your beautiful wife, Crystal,
Yes.
made me it might be a little bit late, but it was my birthday dinner.
Yeah.
Which was a shrimp po' boy with seasoned fries of sea salt, thyme, and you can't remember the third.
You're just saying this so you get another meal.
Rosemary.
He's just saying this so he gets another meal.
No, I am not just saying it. It was wonderful.
It was incredible.
I am almost half asleep by how good it was. I could go take a nap. And let me just say, when you come to Brian's house and you get fed a delicious meal, always remember to thank the cook. That way you'll get a next meal. I'm just saying that you should always thank the cook, because when you got a 5-star chef in this kitchen, you respect her.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Moving
Okay,
on.
fine. I'm just saying, Ryan. You're lucky to have a woman like
Yes,
this.
I am. It's
I'm sitting at home eating hot dogs, burgers, and I come over here and I got a shrimp po' boy with seasoned fries. That's like living in a Taj. I feel like Donald Trump.
you are the Trump of this league. So
I'm not wearing a wig.
It's fitting.
Well, actually, I mean,
Let's make this fantasy league great
All
again.
right.
Let's make this fantasy league great again.
when wasn't it great?
No, that's the Trump thing. He wears the hat, make America great again. Come on.
Oh, sorry, you're fired. No. All right, let's do this again.
All right, so first team up, we got Chips, my boy,
Jay Huber.
Jay Huber. All right, let's do best pick then worst pick.
Okay.
All right, what do you got for best?
I have best pick by Jay is Amari Cooper in the 3rd round.
I was gonna go with that. That's a really, really good, solid pick. A lot of value there. He could be a keeper for
Could
him
be a
next year.
keeper. Took best rookie receiver.
Yeah. I said Carson Palmer in the 13th. I think that's a viable option. I mean, he's
I did not see that one actually.
Okay.
I glanced over it, but I'm going to stick with Cooper.
Yeah, I think Palmer in the 13th is going to be huge for him this year, because if Sam Bradford doesn't start, pulling his weight, I think Carson Palmer could jump in and be serviceable.
Gotcha.
Okay, what worst pick for Jay?
I have Michael Floyd in the 4th round.
I was going to say
Funny
the
that you
same
said Carson
thing.
Palmer.
Yeah, that is funny. Now, here I'm gonna take a little issue with that. Michael Floyd, the 4th round isn't that bad. He should be having a great year.
Does he even play? Didn't he a broken finger?
I don't know. Before the league.
I believe so.
I don't know.
He's not that good.
He is good.
No, he's not.
I
He's John Brown's better.
I support that pick. You know what? John Brown is not going to outscore Michael Floyd this year.
What?
No way.
Want to bet on it?
I will. I mean, we never really follow up on our bets anyway.
Well, we should start. I think you owe me about 7 beers.
Whatever.
You want to bet a beer?
Whatever, Jet. Sure.
All right.
Write it
Witness me.
down. Write it down.
I don't have a. Fine, I'll write it down.
Okay, I say Floyd's going to outscore John Brown. All right. Anyways, my pick for Jay that I thought he could have done better, believe it or not, is Darren Sproles. I don't think that's a great pick in the 6th round. I mean, he's pretty much the number 3 back. Yeah, he's had a good first week.
It was a heart pick.
Yeah, a little bit of a hard pick. If you had gotten that 2 years ago, it'd have been incredible. But I'm not crazy about it personally. But you could prove me wrong. He might.
Well, there's a lot I'm not really supportive of his draft.
What's that?
There's a lot of picks I'm not supportive of.
Oh wow. You're hating on Jay. Is that because you're the Huber squasher?
Partially.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the isotopes.
Springfield Craigie.
Let's do best pick first. What do you say?
Peyton Manning in the 4th round.
Yeah, that's incredible value to think that he would drop that far. And I remember that specific moment that he basically took Manning because he was still there. I don't even think he wanted
Pretty
him,
much,
but
yeah.
he was I
Well, he was-
can't not pick him.
Me and Crick knew that he wanted Matt Ryan. We knew that he wanted the Matt Ryan to Julio Jones connection.
Oh yeah.
And Crick took the responsibility himself of denying that to Craig. And as soon as he made the pick, Craig goes, shit. Which we both knew that we made the right decision when
Yeah.
he slapped hands.
Yeah.
We're like, high five, man.
I mean, the over/under on the number of words Craig was going to speak at the whole draft was 10, and you got one solid word. Shit.
right. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
and it was a meaningful word.
Yeah.
It was emotional.
It was.
And it's beautiful. But now he's got Peyton Manning, which was a good draft pick. But the thing is, by week 12, his arm strength is just going to be gone. It's going to be a noodle arm.
Yeah.
It's going to suck, especially if you have Demarius Thomas or Emmanuel Sanders.
No, dude, Emmanuel Sanders is money. He's a slot receiver. He's going to be getting all the stuff over the middle.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
So,
But
anyways,
yeah.
that is a great pick, although I agree it's not going to... he's going to be scrambling. Let's put it that way. With Romo out for the majority of the year, he's going to be scrambling big time. I'd say the best pick for him was Jordan Reed in the 16th round. I mean, Jordan Reed's going to be go-to tight end in Washington. Like, they're not going to throw a lot, but I think he's going to get quite a few. I think he's already got 1 touchdown.
I hate Jordan Reed.
Has he burned you?
He burned me last year when I traded
scorned
him for
lover.
Morris. And that's how Justin won the championship. So he'll probably be hurt by the 5th week because he's a bum.
Still, 16th round.
That's the reason he was that far down.
Hey, he's already got him a touchdown. I'm sure Craig's loving it.
All right, worst pick. Golden Tate in the 2nd round.
That was a reach. That's a huge reach.
Yeah, I feel that was a super reach. All the targets are going to Calvin Johnson. All of Golden Tate's most of his yards came when Johnson was hurt.
Yeah.
So and Stafford's just not getting it done right now. He's getting beat the hell and back. So I'm right there with you, Craig. I picked Golden Tate in one league, but it might have been like the 8th round. It wasn't the 2nd round.
No, that's way too early. I could see maybe the 5th round or something like that. But hey, maybe he'll prove us wrong in time. Even though he might be getting a few more carries now, I think taking Ryan Matthews in the 6th round is insane. Like, I think it's way too early, knowing that he's like going to be the way back up to DeMarco Murray unless he gets hurt, which he kind of did.
Right. So he's going to be okay, but still, anytime you injure a hammy, it's problematic.
Yeah, so I think 6th round is way too early. Even though Ryan Matthews is a proven running back, all you're going to be banking on is maybe 6 to 8 carries, if you're lucky.
He's only proven to break his clavicle.
Yeah, that's true. So I think Ryan Matthews, if you would have taken him like maybe the 10th round, something like that, would have been good value. I mean, I've got nowhere, no room to speak. But that's
Who's you taking the 6th round,
That's
Brian?
my personal opinion. We'll get there.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
All right, Jimmy Crick.
Jimmy Crick, the Mighty Midgets.
Mighty Midgets.
All right, best pick. What do you say?
Tevin Coleman.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
I was going to go there.
Granted, now he has some fractured ribs, but I thought it was a great pick at the time.
Prior to that,
Still could be. He obviously was on his way to being the lead back, so I thought that was his best pick.
I'm going with Brandon Marshall in the 4th round. I mean, he's a stud.
Nice
he's a stud receiver. I mean,
who's Fitzpatrick's there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so when you can get that kind of value in the 4th round, yeah, that's no joke. All right, worst pick.
Worst pick. I have Kenny Stills in the 8th round.
Kenny Stills, yeah.
The Miami receiver who's only good for like a long ball every once in a while.
This is true.
He's not even starting right now.
Yeah, so he's probably like the 4th receiver they're looking at, something like that.
I believe it goes Jarvis Landry, Rashard Matthews, and Devontae Parker, then Stills. And then when Parker gets healthy, he's going to take Rashard Matthews' place.
Who isn't Jordan Cameron down there?
Yeah,
I know he's tight end.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to look at Jordan Cameron before they look at Kenny Stills, except for the bombs.
Right.
So, yeah, I agree. That's pretty good pick. I would say Jason Witten in the 5th round. I don't know. That's pretty early for Jason Witten, in my opinion.
I kind of disagree.
Really?
Proven tight end.
He is so old and banged up.
Well, he's always banged up, but I mean, he's one of Roma's favorite targets.
That's true.
When we're speaking of this before these first 2 weeks.
He's tough, but I would still just wait until later to get a tight end than the 5th round. Unless you're getting one of the top 5.
Okay.
Unless you call him top 5 tight end.
I think he's arguably a top 5 tight end.
Okay. Would you have taken him in the 5th?
No.
Okay.
I can't remember when I took Michael Bennett or the Black Unicorn, Martellus Bennett.
I think you actually took him in the 5th.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I have no problem with because I think he's more on that top tier than Jason Witten.
Plus, he's the Black Unicorn.
Yeah, that's true. He served me well last year.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right.
Huber Squashers.
Huber Squashers.
All right, best pick.
I have Amir Abdullah in the 3rd. People all laughed, but I think he's a great pick. Could be a great 2nd round steal for keepers.
Hasn't done anything yet.
First carry, 24-yard touchdown.
Okay, he has 1 touchdown.
Guy moves like Barry Sanders. When Joique Bell gives up the reins.
What did he do week 2?
Nothing.
Exactly. So
but he's a rookie.
He hasn't even hit 100 yards yet.
Oh, come on. He's a rookie.
Okay. It's not a bad pick. It's I was targeting him. I don't know if I was going to go that early, but,
Well, I didn't expect to get him back all the way at the end of the 4th round. That's why I took him.
3rd round.
No, at the end of the 4th round. When it came back, I looked
right.
around.
He wouldn't have been there.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think my best pick was?
I went on like a really weird one. Only because I think that it's going to pay off big for you is Ronnie Hillman in the 11th. I mean,
I'm sure hoping it will.
yeah. And not just because Anderson's doing poorly so far. Like I just had a feeling that I've just heard a lot of hype that during camp he was like looking like Ronnie Hillman of old. Like he's probably going to maybe do a timeshare. So I think
on their way.
Yeah, I can see that actually happening. So I think Ronnie Hillman in the 11th round could pay off big time. So
Thank you.
worst pick, I'll go first. I'll say Roddy White.
Roddy White.
I mean, I know 8th round isn't bad.
Yeah.
I just think he's old
Oh,
and slow.
Joe Horn was old. Joe Horn scored 4 touchdowns in one game, Brian, to advance me into the playoffs. And I won a championship that year, so you can screw that comment right there.
All right, well, I don't think Roddy White's going to do it, but maybe he will.
Okay.
Who's their number 3?
Leonard Hankerson.
Yeah, I think he's going to outscore him big time.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. All right, so who do you think your best pick was? Or I'm sorry, your worst.
My worst?
Yeah.
I don't have a worst pick.
Oh, come on.
I put a line right there, right through it. There is no bad picks in my draft.
This is why you're the Donald Trump of our league. You
There's
apologize to no
Donald
one,
I apologize. I make no apologies.
and you do no wrong.
I sometimes I do some wrong. Calculated risks, Brian. My ROIs on all my picks will be extraordinary, and if they aren't, I will do bankruptcy.
You're really not going to tell me a bad pick.
No. No, I'm not. Well, your
You're
pick. What's my
insane.
bad pick?
I already told you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Roddy White.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe it. That's why I forgot it.
Okay. All right. Max Williams. Who's Max Williams anyway?
He is the number 1 ranked rookie tight end. He could be a steal for next year for the keepers.
Okay. Maybe that'll pan out.
Maybe. Calculated risk.
All right. Let's move on. Jimmy.
Jimmy
the commish.
Huber, the commish. The Raritan Wolves.
The Raritan Wolves. Best pick in your opinion?
Dante Moncrief.
I
in the
agree.
17th.
That's the first one we got the same.
Yeah, it is the first one. I got
Yep.
the same. Excellent pick. I wish I had it.
Yeah, I mean that late. Even though at the time, like Andre
Everybody's
Johnson,
Andre Johnson, yeah.
and T.Y. Hilton, but
Still getting like 10 targets a game though.
yeah,
It's
Andre
insane.
Johnson, like he's looking really old.
He is.
So I think Dante Moncrief is going to be the solid number 2 wide receiver there.
Yeah, I think Andre Johnson is more of a solid red zone target right now.
Yeah, that's true. You might get a touchdown or 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, best pick Dante Moncrief for sure.
Yeah.
Great value.
Worst pick?
Yep.
I have Jimmy Graham in the 2nd round.
I didn't even think about that, but care to elaborate?
I felt Jimmy Graham was a 3rd or 4th round pick at best, going to Seattle where he was going to be more of a blocker. I just did not see him putting up the type of numbers. I thought it was a very steep drop from Gronkowski to the next tier.
Yeah.
And granted, Jimmy Graham heads that tier, but I did not think it was worth anything higher than a 4th round pick.
Yeah, and I kind of agree. I was hoping that Seattle would throw more to him, but clearly they haven't, and Jimmy Graham's pissed.
Yeah,
and
well, I would be
Jimmy
too.
Huber's pissed.
Yes,
So
yes, he is.
both Jimmys are pissed. But yeah, I think that his targets are going to increase, probably because he's crying. But
Yeah. So is Marshawn Lynch, who he has
Yeah.
as well. His mom's crying.
she is.
Yeah, she's pissed. She's like, you're not calling good plays. Give my son the ball.
I didn't know
That's
that.
Beast Mom.
I didn't realize that first 2 picks were both Seattle.
Yeah.
Nice. The pick I think Jimmy could have waited on a little bit was Nelson Aguilar.
That was my second thing I was
Yeah.
thinking about. Just looking at now.
Yeah, I mean he's got potential and everything, but he's not like the number 1, rookie wide receiver like Amari
Right.
Cooper. Like Cooper in the 3rd is great, but Aguilar, maybe if you get him in the 6th or 7th, that's a good pick, but
Yeah,
a little
of hype.
early.
A lot of overhype.
Yeah.
Oh, we could have easily picked Victor Cruz in the 5th as well.
Okay, calm down. But this is from the guy who didn't make a bad pick. So, anyways,
Not one bad pick.
all right, let's go on to Josh's team, Twerk Kabisic.
Twerk Kabisics. Okay, for best pick, I have Tyler Eifert in the 11th round.
Oh, nice.
Great pick, a lot of potential. They were hyping him up pretty hard in the magazines and for Matt Berry and stuff, and I think he was a steal in the 11th round. I think Josh is happy with it.
Yeah, I agree. And surprisingly, I chose a different Cincinnati Bengal. I said Gio Bernard in the 9th. Like, think about it. A couple years ago, Gio was going in the top 3 rounds.
That's true.
So-
Jimmy took him.
Yeah.
I got to answer his text. It's the usual text from Craig Kubisik asking him for giving a show tonight.
Okay, well then he'll hear this
Yes.
later tonight. Yes, we're doing it right now. A little bit late, but we're doing it. So yeah, Gio Bernard in the 9th round. That's a great pick. Jeremy Hill obviously is off to a horrible start, as Jimmy knows.
That was one game. The
Yeah.
other game was 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Jeremy Hills, don't
But
worry about it. He's
but
going to come back into his own.
But I think Gio Bernard's still going to have a good year, regardless of what Jeremy Hill does.
I think if you wanted, if you were thinking about running back by committee, Gio Bernard is up top of the list.
Yeah, for sure. So Josh actually made a couple half decent picks.
Yes, he did.
All right, how about worst pick for Josh?
Andre Johnson,
Uh-huh.
and I think it's in the 5th, or is it the 3rd?
No, that's
Third round?
Yeah.
That makes it even worse, yes. Andre Johnson, a 3rd round for your receiver. No.
I actually couldn't decide on one. No offense, Josh, but I said Frank Gore and Andre Johnson.
Oh, wow. Wow. I mean,
I guess I am being a little unfair because I'm thinking like what they're looking like now, but I don't know.
Frank Gore is a workhorse.
Yeah.
So he found the ball at the 1.
Yeah.
That never happens.
Okay, but if I had to choose one, it would be Andre Johnson in the 3rd.
Okay.
You know, because he's going too much on that hyped offense. You know,
Yeah. Their whole offense is in shambles right now. They'll come back.
they'll definitely come back and he'll get his fair share of touchdowns,
Yeah.
but he's not going to put up 100 catches.
No.
Not like Andre Johnson with the Houston Texans.
Right.
But I also, getting back to good, I like T.J. Yeldon in the 5th round for Josh. I think it's decent value.
I like Larry Fitzgerald in the 6th round.
Well, now you do.
Yeah, now I
Would
do.
you have liked that if he was normal Larry Fitzgerald?
Probably not.
Yeah, me neither. All right, so there you go, Josh. Some good, some bad. Facts of life.
Excellent. Brian Volsko, the detonators.
How can you choose? I mean, they're all good picks.
They are. They're fantastic. Almost all of them.
All right, let's start with the good.
Well, okay. The best one I have is Emmanuel Sanders in the 3rd round.
Yeah, that's. I was surprised he dropped that far, to be honest with you. So that's incredible value. You know, pretty much. Demaryius Thomas 1A, he's 1B. So, and I think it's going to prove to. I think he's going to outscore Demaryius in overall
Wow.
the whole year. Yeah,
Really? I
I
mean,
do. We're not betting on it. I won't bet on that.
okay. All right.
I don't know which pick I would choose. If I had to say this before the whole season started, I like Martavis Bryant 5th round. I think that's going to pay off big time. Just got 2 more weeks to wait. But now that the season has started, I think Matt Jones is going to be crushing this year. I know he only had 1 good game, but I really had a good feeling about him. So 14th round, I'm psyched about it.
My question to you is now: are you going to put Alfred Morris and Matt Jones in at the same time?
They're both starting tonight.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause I think
Okay.
and they're going to be run heavy. It's got Kirk Cousins. He might throw 20 passes a game, and I think they're going to run the rest.
Interesting.
So I'm hoping that's my plan.
So your final answer is Matt Jones for the best pick,
Yeah, but that's kind of after the fact.
right?
you
So
know. Yeah.
we'll mix and match.
Sure, Matt Jones. All right, and worst pick.
Worst pick? Oh, there's so many I could choose from.
Jeez.
Gosh, none other than a Duke Johnson Jr.
And I agree 100% because I was trying to defend it, but then I went over my notes that I had done like weeks prior, and I saw that I was targeting him in like the 10th or 11th. So
Oh, what made you jump on him?
I was doing like research. Like
You panicked.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't panic, but I was doing research, and I saw they were really hyping this guy. Even though I knew about the concussion and everything, but like they were just saying these incredible things about him on this one website, and I was like, doing it. I'm not gonna wait around.
It wasn't from us yelling clock.
No. I just followed a horrible gut feeling. I didn't stick with the research.
Got to do your research.
I did it, but I just ignored it.
Well, as long as you're saying it point blank, I
Yeah.
ignored the research.
I ignored my own research.
You're like Ndamukong Suh ignoring the defensive plays that are called. Like, nope, I'm gonna rush this way. Nope.
All right. Let's move on to Dub C.
Wait, so you're also calling Duke Johnson? You
Oh,
agree?
absolutely.
Okay, all right. On to Dub C.
Dub C, let's see here.
All right.
Best pick.
I have Arian Foster in the 4th round.
Yeah, I was gonna go there because it's great value.
Yeah, we were all looking, waiting, thinking what we should pick, and he jumped on it before anybody
He
else.
did. I think he was hoping he was already playing by now, because
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
he's not. I don't think he's scheduled to start this week.
Yeah, I think week 4 is more
Week
realistic.
4, yeah, but that's still beginning of October. That's still great. If he
Good-
can stay
great value.
healthy and he's like 100% or close to 100%.
Every round represented a missed game.
Yeah. Now, this is kind of another skewed vote by me, but if Tom Brady hadn't come back early, then I probably wouldn't have said this, but Gronkowski in the first round actually is a solid pick, and I think that it's going to pay off big for him all year because
Almost beat me.
he's going to be, like, by and far, like, the best tight end that anyone can come close to, you know? Like,
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, so
Tier 1.
he's going to be, like, doubling every other tight end's points, maybe tripling.
He is one sick individual.
Yeah.
He is like the human version of what a comic book character is drawn. Looks like. He looks like a comic book character.
Scary. It's absolutely scary.
That man has got the genetic gene pool win for everyone. Like, he has the gold medal in gene pool. It's just not fair.
All right, worst pick.
I have Steven Gostkowski in the 9th round as your kicker. I mean, the 9th round for a kicker.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
just can't believe it.
Yeah, especially when they're going to more of like a 2-point conversion method. You know, when you're bumping back to a 33-yard extra point or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It's gonna go the same with Gags whenever we get there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. I say 17th round Jay Cutler because I just don't think you should draft Jay Cutler.
Yeah, he's undraftable.
He's undraftable. Either he's going to get hurt or he's going to put up a bunch of turnovers, and you just can never actually feel good about starting him, no matter what.
Well, here's what I think. Also, I'd like to state that with Steven Gostkowski in the 9th round, you also went and got Matt Bryant in the 20th round, who is pretty close to the same point total that Gostkowski is. I mean, I don't know how many points. I don't know. I don't have the stats in front of me.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the draft round, you could have gotten other people instead of Gostkowski. That would have been far better and helped your team.
Especially now that they moved the extra point back. You don't take a kicker before the 18th round, 19th round.
You're really hammering this extra point thing
True.
home.
Like
Is this just because Josh Scobie missed it?
Well, that's part of it. Did you hear that there have already been 9 missed field goals or extra points?
No.
And last year there were only 8 total in the entire season. So I think once it gets colder, teams are going to be doing extra 2-point conversions all the time.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed. You're right. You
Yeah.
saw the Steelers do it twice in a row.
They're gonna keep doing it.
I hope so. It was awesome to see.
Yeah, probably to Lev Bell.
I would love a lot of Bell.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the worst and the best for Dub C. FC,
FC Bahork, Justin Bahork.
who is probably feeling like, well, not $1 million, but maybe like a penny.
Yeah, feels like roadkill right now.
Him and Jimmy are really down.
Just got run
in
over,
fantasy
man.
dumps, yeah.
The championship hex. I mean, this is terrible.
All right, best
so
pick.
for him, I actually have his best pick being Stevie Johnson in the 11th round.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that.
I felt he was going to be very good for San Diego, and I think he's proven it right. Actually,
Thus far, he's
Yeah.
done really well.
he just needs a good quarterback. He's a good receiver.
Your best pick, and I think you'll agree wholeheartedly, is Brandon McManus.
In the 19th round, Bean.
I think he's leading your team in points.
Still though, the 19th round.
19th round.
You have to
Huge.
go and gamble in the 9th round, where you got Brandon Coleman, another gamble, but still, that was more calculated.
Yep. I mean, taking Brandon Coleman in the 9th round is 1,000 times better than taking Gostkowski.
Yes, yes.
So
I have his worst pick being C.J. Spiller in the 7th round.
I almost put that down.
Yep,
Yeah.
you took the pill. Mm-hmm. You took the pill for spill.
Somebody had to.
Somebody had to. You did it, and he hasn't played yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
I guess this is kind of a little bit unfair, even though I made the rules. We weren't going to use the first 2 seasons, or 2 weeks of the season. I think Marcus Whedon pretty much sucks. I mean, he might have 5 catches so far.
Yeah,
And-
they've gone to Hayward Bay actually a lot.
They've jumped him pretty much. And Wheaton, if you ever draft anyone that drafts him after this season, he's had 2 years in a row to prove himself, and he's literally
He won't. I mean, he's
dropped the
going
ball
to be the
both
3rd
years.
receiver.
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean,
4th.
Maybe 4th. Yeah,
So
maybe 5th if that Coates guy comes along.
that's right. But Judd, I can't really fault you because I probably would have taken Wheaton in the 9th. Because he was there, and he had so much potential. It's almost like Detling taking D'Angelo Williams. and like, oh,
That was calculated.
well. He could say the same thing. Yours just worked out.
I mean, whoa, D'Angelo was like in the 14th round. Nobody, might have even later.
I think it was 13th.
13th still. Nobody picked him. I was like, are you unbelievable?
Yeah.
Even when I picked him, Gags just laughed at me. He's like, you're going to take your backup running back to the quarterback or starting running back? Yeah, Gags, I am. Because if Le'Veon Bell gets hurt, I will have him in the back. Plus, I got 2 games out of the guy. And guess what? He scored 3 touchdowns in one where I was at the first row on the field in the end zone to see him score.
Were you like sitting next to Heinz Ward?
No, I was not.
You're like name dropping, like you just like, oh, I'm so awesome because I was right there.
Yeah, I was right there. It was amazing. I was next to the guy that waved the flag for every time they scored.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty cool. And I had great craft beer.
I'm glad to hear it. Anyway, back to topic.
Back to topic.
Sorry, I shouldn't have brought up D'Angelo Williams.
I'm just celebrating.
Okay. Let's go on to Jeff, the man at sea.
In the Navy, we can play all day in the Navy. We wear white uniforms in the Navy.
Okay. Thank you, Detling.
All right, I wasn't gonna go anywhere good with that one.
All right, best pick for Jeff.
For the Navy guy, Jeff. Vanilla Jeff. Tom Brady, 4th round.
Same
man.
here.
Everybody was laughing at him. 4 games.
And I think I would have said that anyway, even if he still had the suspension. Because
No, it's
still
still-
get him in the 4th round. It's huge.
But he has blown the doors off.
He is.
He is crushing people.
Yep.
For Jay.
Yep.
For not Jay, for Jeff. Sorry.
Well, for Jay, who drafted him for Jeff.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, he was targeting him. You know, he basically told Jay like the first 5 rounds, and after that, I think Jay was on his own. But
Jay did better for Jeff than he did for himself.
that's still to be seen.
Debatable?
Yeah, it's still debatable. It's still early.
Jeff's 2-0. Jay's 0-2. Still early.
Still really early. All right. Worst pick.
None other than Reggie Wayne.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
I would
in
have
the 11th round.
Wow. I would have changed that.
I don't
if
think he's
noticed
played one snap.
Nah. I wish I could have changed it.
Yeah, I think they just signed him to tell him stuff about the Colts. Even though they just deflate their balls, you know.
You might be right about that. Just because I never really ever have faith in this guy, Deshaun Jackson. I mean, I'm never crazy about drafting him. 5th round, it feels like a little early.
Big play receiver, hit or
Yeah,
miss.
hit or miss.
Much
big
like
time.
Martavis Bryant.
And I just don't think that he's going to hit very much this year. We got Kirk Cousins, no RG3.
Right.
I don't see that going too well. But he is 2-0 in first place, Jeff.
I believe
I
he
think
is.
he's in first place
I
with
believe he is.
points. Yeah, only team to hit 202 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's quite disturbing.
it is, and he's not even on land. So,
Wait, he's still in the water?
yeah, I think he's gonna be there. I'm not for sure. I'm not sure how long.
I thought he was like a reserve guy.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Jay on this,
Jeez.
or if Jeff can hear this, if he has access to.
Do you want us to send Morse code, Jeff? Beep.
If Jeff is listening to this and he's actually he's in the 43rd minute of this podcast.
Good Lord.
I really hope that he's got better things to do.
He sure does.
Yeah.
But in the Navy, it's hurry up and wait. So
That's true.
he might be sitting there, did all his stuff ready to launch a missile, and he's waiting for the them to call and press the button. He's like, I guess I'll listen to a podcast.
You've been watching way too much Brink.
Dude, Brink is awesome.
It is a great show. All right, let's move on. We got both of his. Tree. Best picks.
Antonio Gates in the 17th round.
Do you think so?
17th round for Antonio Gates?
Yeah, I mean, that is incredible
Are you
value.
kidding me?
That's incredible value.
Yeah. Guy comes back, Ladarius Green isn't doing anything.
But he might not actually have but 2 games that are worth putting him in for.
What?
I'm just saying.
I think you're out of your mind.
Maybe, but
I think Antonio Gates is still got a lot left in the tank, and he's Philip Rivers' favorite target.
Do you think that he's worth starting every single week?
Yes, I do.
What has he done this year?
Nothing. He's been suspended.
Okay, I haven't been up to date on Antonio Gates.
Clearly.
Yeah. Even though I hate Seattle wide receivers, Doug Baldwin in the 19th, you can't beat that. That's
Okay.
pretty good value.
Pretty good value.
It's no ODB, In the what,
Don't,
20th
you just
round?
made every
Sorry,
owner in
19th
this
round.
league sigh, especially Craig. How did I miss it? That's what Craig is saying. Jeez.
We're reliving this as a waking,
Yes.
this is a waking nightmare. So yeah, Doug Baldwin, great value late.
Okay.
Worst pick?
It's Andre Ellington in the third.
I agree. That's
Yeah, I
my
just-
second one that we got together.
Okay, it was nothing after the last 2 weeks. My point of
Same
view is
here.
that he always gets hurt.
And
just-
you knew it was going to be a timeshare. Like
Yeah.
the way they were predicting it was like he was going to lose snaps.
I knew he was on a short leash,
Yeah.
but I mean he was tabbed as a high upside player last year.
Yeah.
Did well, got hurt. I just think he's more like a Darren Sproles kind of. You should only play him like 12 snaps,
Yep. Yep.
and he can do a lot more 12 snaps than he does with the 20.
And especially you take Mark Ingram right after him. I mean, Ellington's value is with putting him in the flex. I think, he's going to get you some catches and some running. So why would you pick Mark Ingram after Ellington?
Why you would put Mark Ingram in the flex?
No. Like if you drafted Ellington, I wouldn't draft Ingram right after him.
Oh, okay. I see your point.
know what I mean?
My point, I see, but I see your point, and I raise it.
Okay.
If you have before DeMarco Murray, you pick him. You definitely put him in the flex
Do you?
before the draft, before anything in these weeks. Hell yeah,
What does he get? Like 35 catches a year?
45, I think, something like. He had a lot of catches last year.
Okay.
So I would definitely.
He's no Matt Forte.
Nobody's Matt Forte,
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody wants to be Matt Forte right now.
No.
So, but yeah, I would definitely. I wouldn't have picked Ellington in the third.
We think you botched your running back picks.
Well, that being said, you got Mark Ingram and Doug Martin.
Yeah, I like Mark Ingram. That's about it.
I like Doug Martin in the fifth. Not bad.
No, but I don't think he's going to hold on to his job all year. Like I think it's going to be a shared time.
I think he will. I think he'll hold it all year.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, did we do his? Yep, we did best and worst. We are down to Gags.
Gags.
Gigs.
Gayon.
Best pick.
I have it as Brian Gurley. in the
Todd
fifth-
Gurley.
Todd Gurley in the
that's
fifth round.
Honestly, that's the same I have. That's our third one together.
All right, getting better.
Yep.
Yeah, just because to get a running back that's supposedly going to be fantastic that late, good. Also good for a possible keeper.
Yeah.
And the rumor is we will see how he does against the Steelers.
Which will be awful. I think they're going to stuff him.
Well, yeah, he's also going to be on like a running back by committee. It's going to be 3 of them.
Okay.
So, but I personally am hoping that he sucks.
Me too.
Well, I'm playing him, so.
Okay. And I'm playing the Pittsburgh D.
Ah,
I
okay,
hope he sucks as well.
gotcha.
But worst pick? I think we have to have the same one on this.
LaShawn McCoy
Oh.
in the first
yeah.
round.
Wow. Yeah, that.
I think McCoy is a terrible running back. I wouldn't pick him in the 4th round.
I know that I don't think that Gags wanted to pick LaShawn McCoy. I think he was like his 4th one that he was like targeting, but because I remember him talking like before the draft, like who he was like going after, and he was way down there on the list. So I think it was
They
like
were
one
all
of those.
picked ahead of him.
Yeah, I think it was like one of those things where you feel like you have to do it. But I agree. I'm not crazy about the pick either. But he had the back-to-back pick, so you got Calvin Johnson. Would you feel better if you took LaShawn McCoy with a 13th pick?
No,
Okay. Doesn't matter if you taking Calvin Johnson
No.
beforehand.
I think McCoy is done. I stick a fork in him. I'd rather pick C.J. Spiller.
Okay. I think your worst pick by a landslide is Cody Parkey, whatever his name is.
Where?
I mean,
the 9th round.
yeah, I don't care if he's on Philadelphia and he's supposed to be this high-octane offense. Who cares? It's a kicker in the 9th. That's ridiculous.
True. I mean, if you're gonna pick a kicker in the 9th, at least pick Goskowski. Gosh.
So wait, who picked the first? We'll go.
Well, Gags was the end of the round.
Oh, yeah.
So 1, 2. Actually, Bean picked. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Bean picked first.
So guys got scared.
He was like, "Oh my God, there's gonna be a run on kickers."
Oh no, Dub C took the first kicker. Wow.
Pretty scary.
Spineless.
Spineless. Interesting choice of words to call Gags.
I mean, he can put down
Probably one of the
food.
biggest men in the draft room.
He can put down food, but he runs like a little girl whenever somebody drafts a kicker.
Wow. A burly girl. Oy.
All right, so that's
Old burly girly.
Burly Gurley. Is that Todd Gurley's
Yep.
name? So anyways, you may agree, you may disagree, but that's our take on the draft.
Yes, it is.
Over and out. Trade time, trading guys, excellent. Doo! Wow, we still have it.
We sure do, buddy.
We
Nailed
didn't-
it.
We didn't even practice once. We are that good. All right, Delling. So what do we got up here on the trade block today?
Oh, we got a big time trade.
Huge
Brian.
trade. I mean, Gags likes to.
He loves it.
trading in week 3. That's when I got Lacey
Yeah.
last year.
I don't know why he's hitting the panic button. He's 2-0, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, he traded DeMarco Murray,
Yes.
and he traded DeMarco Murray
Right. No,
sure?
he got DeMarco Murray.
He got
and
DeMarco-
Kyle Rudolph.
for Jeremy Maclin and Sammy
Right.
Watkins.
He sent them packing 2 tree slices.
Right. So, wow. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say is wow.
Yeah, I kind of want to get your take. And we haven't spoken about this beforehand, so this is candid.
This is Ken. This is live.
Yeah. So
Live opinions.
What are your thoughts when you saw
I
that?
personally don't give up on my. Was it the first round draft pick for him?
Who, DeMarco Murray?
Tree Sice's first round draft pick?
I think it was either his first or second. Yeah, I think it was the first.
First. Okay, yeah, well, I don't give up on my bell cow after 2 weeks. I mean, it's a new system, it's a new team.
Yeah.
I know he got like 2 yards one week and 9 yards the next.
Yeah.
But I don't trade him for any reason whatsoever. I stick by my guy. But with that being said, he drafted like 5 running backs in a row.
Yeah.
He needed wide receiver help. Sammy Watkins and Jeremy Maclin aren't that bad.
No.
They're pretty good. They got some upside.
They're like solid WR2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
WR2s, yeah. And Gags needed a running back because they suck. McCoy sucks. So he got Murray, and I guess he needed Kyle Rudolph.
I thought you just threw him in there.
Yeah, it's an all right trade. I mean, I can't complain and say one person got the best of the other person.
No.
But I would not do it personally.
Which side wouldn't you have done?
I would not have traded DeMarco Murray.
Same here. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
And I think the feeling on the chat board Smack Talk is that everyone's thinking that Gags got raped, and I don't think so.
No, you don't think?
I don't think so. I mean, he gave away 2 quality receivers, but I think DeMarco Murray is going to
come back,
and I think he's going to have a great year. I really do.
I don't think he got raped at all.
No.
I mean,
I think Craig feels that way. It may be true. I don't know.
Craig thinks everybody gets raped. If he doesn't, even when he does a trade, he says, I raped that person. That's how Craig feels. So I don't think Craig has seen a good trade in his life.
Yeah. He never sees it even-sided.
No.
Somebody always gets raped.
He'll even send an email to you telling you how he's going to rape you
Yeah.
and why you should accept it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, please sign here.
yeah, so I support the trades. Good luck to the both of you.
Who do you think's going to make out on this trade long term?
I think Tree Size will. I think the wide receiver help is going to be needed for him, and he has ample running backs.
So you think it'll benefit his team more than Gags will, with DeMarco?
Yes, I do. I don't think he's going to suffer too much of a loss in the running back department.
Yeah.
And I think that I didn't look at Gags' receivers, but I believe that might hurt him, giving up 2 quality receivers.
He's still got some solid receivers.
Does
I
he?
can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's
Odell Beckham?
well, obviously ODB. We can pull it up here in a second. We'll see what we got here, but I really don't think it's going to hurt him long term. I think it's going to be an even trade. I think it's going to be a wash, and it's going to help both teams, unless DeMarco Murray continues getting like 5 yards.
Right.
So let's see here real quick. The Rook, he's still got ODB, Calvin Johnson, Terrence Williams as his top 3. So those are 3 pretty good ones.
Pretty good ones.
Yeah. So, but I like seeing the early movement. I like seeing trades. So
Jumping right on it, man.
Yeah.
They're not hesitating.
No.
I mean, word on the street is that other people are putting trade offers out there, trying to get players here and there. I'm not sure. I can't confirm or deny any offers.
Same here. I don't kiss and tell.
Because, well, I personally can tell that I have not been offered any. I have not done any offering.
I have had one offer, but what just wasn't right.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Maybe we'll
hopefully
work
it
something
continues.
out later. Yeah. So, I guess that's it for trade time.
Yeah, the trade time's very light today.
Yeah. You want to do a trade right now?
No.
Duke Johnson.
Duke Johnson? Who do I have as my last pick?
Whoever that is, I will not trade him.
That's what I was going to say. I won't even trade him for Duke Johnson.
All right, well, let's keep those trades coming, boys.
Keep it going, guys.
All right, so we've been out of the fantasy office here for a while, so let's.
We had dust the whole place. It was
It
ridiculous.
was really, really dirty. Cat shit everywhere. So,
Better than the bird poop. Thank God we got the birds out of there.
so Delling, dust that answer machine off. Anybody call?
Oh yeah, we have this. We have a blinking red light.
Nice.
2 messages.
2 messages. All right, well, let's see who they could be from. Beep.
Hello, fantasy football players. This is Tort Kubisic, and I have a message, not for any of you, but my message, since I know a lot of teams and players listen to this podcast, I have a message for the Cleveland Browns. What I want is for once in your entire godforsaken franchise history to have a consistent football team. Going on a limb here, and I decided to start your team at home against the Raiders over at the Rams at home against the Steelers. Last week you did really, really well on my bench, and it made me really sad, but I'm going with you this week. I need your whole organization, get your head out of your asses, and have a consistent football team. It really, really pains me, even though you're in my division, well, in the Steelers division, it pains me that your ownership, your general manager, all the way down through the head coaches, you guys all suck. So, get your head out of your asses and have a good football game, and please get me some friggin' points so I can get a win against the Isotopes. Tort Kubisic out.
Beep.
Gentlemen, it's been a fun 2 weeks so far. Best of luck to you. I've got secret formulas for fixing my team. I just need to draft about 9 new players. I'm going to be good. Put them all in the starting lineup. I'm going to find all kinds of secrets on the waiver wire. You don't even know. So it's going to be Rob Gronkowski and then the brand new team other than that. But best of luck to you all. We're coming up on the bye weeks after this week, so it should start to get interesting.
All right, let's start with the second call, Delling. First of all, that's the last call, right?
That is the last call. There's no more red lights. Beeping red light.
Was it just me, or did Bean sound drunk?
He was a little. I think he was slurring his words a little bit. I think I heard him shuffling his feet, trying to walk back and forth. I think he's at his kitchen. Has the at the same time he's talking, he has the phone cord wrapped around his neck.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think he's walking himself into a suicide.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that right now that's how disappointed he is in his team.
So first of all, you think he has a corded phone in his kitchen?
I wouldn't expect anything less from Bean. I mean, Bean is an old historian. He would consider that a piece of art.
Yeah.
And I think his wife would wholly agree.
The only thing I made out of there was like Gronkowski. That's about all I heard.
Gronkowski, and I need to draft a whole new team.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I know that he's still bitter about that waiver wire. I think it's drove him to drink. He hates the waiver wire. He wants to be able to stream like defenses and different players, but
right, he doesn't understand the unique specialty of our league.
Yeah,
and he appreciates it, but he doesn't like it at the same time.
it cuts, it cuts both ways.
It cuts deep, sir.
Yeah. What about Josh?
Josh with the Cleveland Brown defense. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't really count as a pep talk to them.
No.
I don't think they were going to be very inspired after that phone call.
Basically saying they've all got their heads up their asses.
Yeah, I believe there's probably 20,000 fans at the stadium that says that every week to them.
At least, I mean, that's if 20,000 show up.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
There's not that many there.
No.
Yeah, Josh. I hope they show up for you too.
Me too. I mean, we all want to see Kubisic get his first loss.
We love it if it's by Josh. Josh likes to tab himself as the Kubisic killer.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And while I mean history, I don't know the full stats, but I hope that they support his claim.
Me too, but I doubt it.
I doubt it too. We'll have to see. Hopefully, he can prove us wrong. I hope you kick the crap out of Craig. So, and I cannot root for an Antonio Brown injury because I love the Steelers, and a Steelers win for me is better than a win in my fantasy world any day of the week.
Same here. And you got Big Ben.
And I have Big Ben, yes.
All right. Well, let's save some of that for the matchup.
Yes.
This week's matchups. Wow, that's music to my ears. Thank you. It's been way too long since we've heard that. All right, so boys, we are going to go into this week's matchups for week 3. Where should we start? We could start right here. I'm on this page. It's a good way to start. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
Craig always reviews the champion first, so why not do his matchup first?
Sure, we're not going to do that every week, but it just so happens.
Right, you're playing him.
I'm playing him. This is a huge matchup. I mean, this is, the repeat from Tonto Bowl 12. So I'm looking for a little vengeance, which you forgot that I was in Tonto Bowl 12, but whatever.
I did, yes, I did. You were in Tonto Bowl 12?
Stop.
I mean, I know you were in Tonto Bowl 6.
I was also in 12. I wait every 6
Every
years.
6 years,
Yeah,
huh?
every 6 years.
All right.
All right. So looking up and down these lineups, and I had to start that way. So anyway, I'm going to start on Jet side, and I don't think he's actually going to start Drew Brees. I think he's going to stack it Buffalo, and he's going to start, what's his name, Tyrod
Taylor.
I think that's who he's going to start.
You think this is a clever ploy?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
This old switcheroo.
yeah, Breeze is questionable. Yeah, that 50-point projection looks sweet, but in reality, that's probably 30 points. They're going to be
Right.
running a lot, maybe some screens. He's got a torn rotator cuff. I don't know. It was bruised. But I don't think he's going to be thrown deep. It's going to be a lot of short stuff. So I think he's going to switch that out. Demaryius Thomas, again, I think all the targets are going to Emmanuel Sanders for the most part. Keenan Allen.
Okay.
Keenan Allen, I mean, great first week. Where did he go second week? Hope to see more of that. We actually match up really well. Vincent Jackson or Mike Evans, take your pick. Mike Evans is finally apparently 100%, so I'm hoping that he at least takes some of the looks away from Jackson. Maybe they'll split. Running backs, Bishop Sankey, I can't see him continuing getting touchdowns.
No.
Garrett Blunt, he might get a little bit more action than last week.
Hard not to.
I know. Did he have any carries?
You get like 4.
Okay. As you can see, if you're watching what's happening live, we got Alfred Morris and Matt Jones. I had to go with both of them because it's pretty much a share time right now, and I'm not going to put in any other garbage like Joique Bell.
Thank you.
Whatever. They both suck right now.
Right now, only the first quarter.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the Detroit running backs.
Oh! I think
Nobody's doing
Morris and
anything.
Jones.
No. Let's see here. Greg Olsen, he's bound to get more and more, looks and more points. Could do really well. C.J. Anderson, he's off to a horrible start, so he can only do a little bit better. I'm not going to lie, I'm afraid of McManus. Buffalo D has been unbelievable so far. Well, the first week, and then Tom Brady carved him up.
Right.
So I don't think Tannehill's going to do that. So I think Jet is reeling, period. He's reeling, and I'm going to continue that, and I'm going to hopefully crush him. But
Wow, okay.
Crush is a really strong word. I hope to squeak out a win. I'm not going to lie. One of us has to be 0-3. Better you than me. You feel the same way. But, anyone can come back from an 0-3 start, so don't worry about it, Jet. My team, as Craig mentioned, it's the Russian roulette of quarterbacks. I don't feel good about any of my quarterbacks, to be honest with you. But Russell Wilson against Chicago, I think he might put up some points. Let's see here. T.Y. Hilton, I hope that he, isn't wearing a knee brace and he gets a few more catches, maybe a touchdown. Delaney Walker, also injured hand. Hopefully he can catch the ball, give me a touchdown. Charles, love it. Even against Green Bay. Hauschka, I'm not, give me 7 points, I'll be happy. And I really think the pickup of the week is Pittsburgh D. I think it was the
Think
pickup
so?
of the week. 5 sacks. I think their defense is finally coming alive. I think they're going to get thrown on a lot, but I still think they're going to get a few sacks, maybe a turnover. It's going to do better than Miami. So I think I pull this one out, but maybe by 10 points.
All right. So I first must say that was a very lengthy review.
It was.
You went through every player.
Like we're in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was just like, wow. Okay. Try not to be that long. Okay, so Breeze. Probably not going to play him. Going to probably Tyrod Taylor, I guess. That's what you said. He's shit. That's 30 points maybe. That's Russell Wilson. Probably going to be a wash.
Wait, are you going through every player?
Real quickly. Sanders and Thomas. That's going to be a wash. Thomas is going to have a touchdown, but Sanders is going to make it up with receptions. Vincent Jackson versus Mike Evans. That's a wash. I personally think Jackson might get a little bit more just because he's been there longer.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen versus T.Y. Hilton. I think Hilton wins. He gets a touchdown, a long bomb against Tennessee. And Keenan Allen, Minnesota's too good, so he won't get anything. Obviously, your running backs suck right now. The Morrison Jones show, usually one guy equals 16 projected points. Here they have 2.
Yeah.
And
Are you saying Alfred Moore sucks?
yeah,
No, you
right
don't.
now, look, he's got 9 rushing yards.
Whatever. It's only the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they're down 12-0.
All right. But
I'm just saying that by doing a split carry, a committee,
Yeah.
you have both of them in. If there was only one of them that ran, the projection would be equal to 2 of them. And it kind of costs you like one other guy. Whoever
You're right. Joik Bell.
Joic Bell, who could get
Duke Johnson.
Duke Johnson. Yeah, they could get garbage goal time or something like that. But that being said, he has Bishop Sankey. And God knows if anybody would ever start Bishop Sankey, you know their team is in trouble.
Yeah.
Blunt versus Jacksonville could be some pounding against the goal line. So that's what I project him to get. Walker versus Cole Olsen. I think Olsen should win.
Yeah.
Anderson versus Charles. Charles all the way. 6.52 points for McManus is very low for projections, considering that's the best player on his team. Hauschka, 7.35 expected. Pittsburgh versus St. Louis could be right. Could be the steal of the week. Buffalo versus Miami could be good too. God, it's a very close one. I have Justin squeaking it out.
I knew you were going to go there. I knew it. All right. So you think I'm going 0-3, huh?
I do. Yes, unfortunately. Sorry.
That's all right. I'll prove you wrong.
All right, next up on the matchup list here, we have the Battle of the Jimmies. Jimmy Huber versus Jimmy Crick. It's the battle to see which one actually has the right to be a Jimmy and which one is just going to be a sprinkle. Now, I'm not going to go through every player like last time. Took too much time. The key parts, I believe Matt Ryan versus Dallas is going to be a good shootout. David Johnson versus San Francisco could be very good. And out of the receivers, I believe Brandon Marshall versus Philly is going to be good for him as well. And his defense, the Giants versus the Redskins are proving very lucrative at the moment, as it's 12-3. And they also have a safety. Now on Jimmy Huber's side, you always want to say the Andrew Luck show.
Yeah.
It hasn't been very pretty to watch.
Look at that. Look at that projection.
42 points.
Yeah.
Usually it's like 60. But his receivers, oh my gosh, his receivers are terrible. Colston, Nate Washington, Doug Baldwin. What is this? 2003? I mean, or 2006? Who knows? This is terrible. Running backs, Lynch versus Hill, Lynch and Hill, two solid. And Dante Moncrief is their flex. I don't know what happened to your team, Jimmy. And Philadelphia versus Jets, you would hope they'd be good, but Fitzpatrick's doing really well. I'm actually saying it's going to be Jimmy Crick, and Jimmy Huber's going to go to 0-3.
Wow.
Yeah, with the best quarterback in the league.
Do you think he's going to get the lowest score again?
No, I do not.
Me neither. I'm actually predicting Huber with the win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I think Andrew Luck to the Moncrief connection. I think that's going to get him some solid points. I think Andrew
It
Luck.
doesn't roll off the tongue. Like
It doesn't. Yeah. Luck to Moncrief.
Yeah.
Nah. But I really do. I think Luck's tired of losing, and he's going to stand up and prove that he's one of the young studs in this league. I agree. His receivers are, right off the top of the scrap heap. Even though Baldwin was the 19th pick, It's hard to start them. Hard to start any one of them. Colston, he could get something garbage, but with Breeze banged up.
Yeah.
But I do think that his running backs are going to pull him. Lynch and Hill, maybe a touchdown or two apiece.
Jimmy Hills versus Baltimore.
That's true, but they haven't been doing much. Baltimore's D hasn't done much this year so far. Jimmy Graham, I think he's going to get a touchdown. Maybe not much more. He's going to get at least a touchdown.
I think him and Lynch are going to have touchdowns.
Do you?
Yep.
And I think that Jimmy Huber is going to pull it out barely. Like I said, I don't like Witten. He's banged up. He's questionable already. Who's their quarterback now?
Brandon Whedon.
Yeah, Whedon. So not really crazy about that. Like you said, his defense is doing really well so far. Shane Vereen doesn't have anything, but it's still early. He might get him 10, 15 points off catches. But I'm going Huber, so we'll see which Jimmy wins.
I like their profile picks. Obviously, Jimmy Huber with the werewolf, or the wolf. But then you have Jimmy Crick being fully supportive of his son as he's right in his face, screaming at him.
I see spit. He's doing a cower.
Spit. Yeah, like, is that his tongue or that's spit?
That's spit right in his face.
Oh my God, he's spit in his son's face.
Yeah.
That's dedication. Go Mighty Midgets.
That's right. All right, good luck, gentlemen. All right, next matchup we have Dub C Hooligans versus Possum Magic. Dub C at 1-1, and Possum Magic somehow miraculously 2-0 with that horrible first week win against Jimmy. I don't know if he would have beat anybody else. Just throwing it out there, but it doesn't matter. He still got 2 wins. So let's start with Dub C. Nick Foles starting. That's a tough call. Even though he's going up against Pittsburgh's horrible secondary, he hasn't shown anything so far this year. He doesn't have a lot of great weapons. I don't feel comfortable or confident in Nick Foles. Brandon Cooks. I know how much Bean loves this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I do too. I think he's a great young talent, but with Breeze banged up, I guess all he can hope for is some quick little slants and maybe some yards after catch. Devontae Adams, has he really done much this year yet?
Nah, not really.
Yeah. It's been the James Jones show, huh?
It has been the James Jones show. Actually, it's pretty crazy. Who has him?
I think Kubisic on
Figures.
the bench. John Brown, again, another young, quick receiver who, like you said, you think he's going to outscore Michael Floyd. I don't know if that's true, but he hasn't really done a lot this year. Maybe like a couple 5 for 50s.
Pretty sure he got a touchdown.
Okay, he might have, I think you're right. I think he has 1 touchdown. He's going to try and hope Crowell gets in the end zone. Gronk, he's probably good for 25 points.
Against Jacksonville,
Yeah, and Houston D could be huge against Tampa Bay. But going over to Tree Slice's side, he's got those new shiny receivers, Macklin and Watkins, and they complement his lineup nicely. The only thing I'm not crazy about is Gilmore as his tight end. Not that Kyle Rudolph is like leaps and bounds better, but I like Tannehill as quarterback, AJ Green, Ingram. I kind of wish he was in the flex, personally, but he's got Deion Lewis there. Hopefully he could pull a Jimmy Huber and have too many flex running backs. Denver D has been clutch, so looking at everything, I'm giving this win to Possum Magic, and I think he's going to go 3-0.
Excellent judgment, Brian. Looking over the lineups here, we got, Nick Foles versus Pittsburgh. He thinks it's good, but I don't think it is. Yeah. All your picks went Stafford, Smith, Foles. Just getting worse every time. With that being said, is Ryan Tannehill on the other side, who versus Buffalo has.
That's gonna be tough.
This is gonna be tough. Buffalo has a great defense,
but Tom Brady did it last week.
Tom Brady is a special kind of quarterback versus Buffalo. I don't care about anything else besides that. Now, the receivers, hands are way above. Are AJ Green, Macklin, and Watkins. After looking at this lineup, I definitely think Tree Sice got the best of this trade. I did not know that he had Deion Lewis as his running back, as a pickup. What great pickup, Tree. Your lineup actually looks pretty stout and kind of makes me nervous. And on the other side, I see Brandon Cooks, Adams, and John Brown. Or John Brown? Josh Brown.
John.
Okay, John Brown. The 3 of those receivers, not very scary, especially with Breeze out. Now, I could be wrong. Adams might go off versus KC. You never know. Now, your running backs, Martin Ingram, 2 solid running backs. Hopefully get 10 points from each. I disagree with you on the flex position, Brian. I think Ingram doesn't do that all the time. I think it was like only a one and done type thing, especially when CJ Spiller comes back, if he comes back. Justin Forsett and Isaiah Crow, like Crawdad, versus Oakland, pretty good. Gronkowski versus Jacksonville is just phenomenal. Crushes Gilmore disgustingly versus Jackson. Oh my gosh, I just can't even. I feel like another 3 touchdowns is going to be in order with this guy. Oh, he's so good. Just I wish he's on my team. And Danny Woodhead versus Deion Lewis. That's a wash.
Yeah.
Kickers are a wash. A wash. I wonder what round Justin Tucker was taken. Probably not the 9th. Now Houston versus Denver. I think Denver wins it just because they've got the best defense right now, and they're the ones that Denver's defense is actually what's winning them games right now. It's kind of crazy. I go with Bean, man. I'm sorry. I changed my. Sorry, I go with Tree Sice. I was looking at the wrong lineup. Long name. Sorry, Bean. I did not mean to do that to you. I'm gonna go with Tree Sice, and the only way that this will change, only way Bean wins is if Gronkowski gets another 3 touchdowns. In my opinion.
All right. So if he does get 3 touchdowns, he wins?
That puts him over the edge.
Okay. We shall see.
Mm-hmm. All right. This next matchup we have is Chips, my boy, versus Vanilla. Jay versus Jeff. What a tough couple of lineups to go through. Sam Bradford versus Tom Brady. Ouch. But you know what? I think they're going to do a lot of running versus Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's very possible. I mean, if they get up early.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to do short red zone passing to Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Vanilla's receivers, Randall Cobb. Can't say enough about the guy. Love him. Wish he was on my team. Denard Hopkins hasn't done much. Marquise Lee, terrible. Mike Wallace, actually surprisingly doing decent. Amari Cooper did pretty well last week. But imagine Joe Hayden.
Yep.
He's going to be shut down.
Shadowing him,
Yeah, Jordan Matthews versus the Jets. Probably Revis. Melvin Gordon and Chris Ivory could be big. But then the other side, Chris Johnson. I mean, that's laughable.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Hyde should be doing. Actually, I don't think he's going to do that well.
Arizona.
Yeah, he didn't do well with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And his tight end, Vernon Davis versus Donnell. Donnell wasn't doing anything right now. So I believe Davis is going to win. Peterson, the mother load is what I call him. Versus Forte, who I don't think is going to have a great game.
Not against Seattle.
Dawson versus Prater. I think Dawson wins. And Colts versus Jets, basically, in the defensive department. I'm going to go with Indianapolis.
Yeah, could be.
I am, in my final judgment, I'm going to pick Jay with the upset.
Wow. I didn't see that coming. And I really would love to see Jay get a win and Jeff get his first loss. I just not sure how it's going to happen unless it's all coming down to Sam Bradford. You know, he has to have a breakout game.
Fall down to earth sometime.
Yeah, but I think he gets at least 3 touchdowns. I did. I think he gets 3 touchdowns. He's going to get him at least at 44 projected, probably 50. He's not going to get another 75 or whatever. That won't happen. But I think I can see him get 50 easy. Sam Bradford, he's projected for 36. If he can pull out 50, he's got a chance.
Yeah.
Because you got to figure a lot of that's going to go to Jordan Matthews. I hate to say it, I just don't see it happening against the Jets. I'd love it to, but I don't see it happening. I think that, Peterson could get him a nice chunk of points. Forte, I think, is still going to get him some catches. It's going to get him, he might get 15 points if he's lucky. I think the running backs, Jay might have the advantage with Chris Ivory and Gordon. But I think that Brady and the New York Jets defense wins it for Jeff. I think that's solid. Like last week, they crushed. You know, over 100 points between those two. They're not going to get quite that much, but I still think they're going to lose. And Jays might go to 0-3. And I hate to say it, even though everyone's thinking it, but the Huber brothers could be in the basement together.
Hopefully they're looking for that bike. I have 2 things to say, Brian. This is the week. I don't think Vanilla gets another 200-point performance.
Okay.
And also, I believe that you have your computer set to Pacific Coast time because every game starts Sunday at 10 a.m. or 1:05 p.m.
I did that for you because I knew.
Because I was over there. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun to watch a game at 10 in the morning and by 4 o'clock you still have your whole day.
That is great.
Yeah, granted I was drunk. I
Did
didn't
you watch
do anything
it?
real?
Did you
Oh,
watch
I
it?
watched a couple.
Nice.
We threw it. I watched the. I can't.
Seattle game.
I think so. I can't remember. I know. I watched a little bit of football.
Okay. You see now.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, good luck. I know Jay really wants to win after he drafted that awesome team for Jeff. So good luck, Jay.
Good luck.
Next matchup, we have the Springfield Isotopes versus Twerk Kubisik, one of many wonderful names to come this year. Thought for sure he'd keep Craig Kubisik's team here, going up against Craig Kubisik, but I digress. So looking up and down these lineups, I really want to say Josh is going to win this, but I have no faith in his team. I mean,
Wow.
I have absolutely no faith. You got Andre Oldman Johnson, Jonathan Stewart, who's questionable right now, but he could put something up against New Orleans. TJ Yeldon, they're going to be throwing all day, against New England, so I don't think he's going to get anything. Will Eifert continue to shine? I hope, but I don't know. We get 3 touchdown weeks in a row. Seems unlikely. Frank Gore, he needs to hit his stride. I know he put a lot of money on that Cleveland defense with this call, so I hope they pull it out for him, but Derek Carr looked good. Not trying to write his team off, but when you look at the other side, it's hard to pick against Craig. Manning, I think Rodgers beats him, but Jones, Brown, Tate, and Landry are going to probably collectively put up over 100. His running back situation is weak, as he knows and everybody knows, but he got lucky and got a touchdown already. Andre Williams, touchdown, 7.5. He'll take that every day of the week. Seattle deep versus Chicago could be huge, considering they have, Matt Forte and the Black Unicorn.
Yes.
That's about it. Yeah, Josh, I really want to see you win because nothing gives me more pleasure in fantasy than seeing Craig lose. So I'll be rooting you on in heart and spirit, but I have a feeling Craig is going to take this one down. What do you say?
Well, looking over the lineups here, it's a very tough team to. Josh has a very balanced lineup. Rodgers, arguably one of the best, if not the best QB right now. Versus KC, I think there's going to be a lot of completions. Manning versus Detroit, a lot of completions as well. Yeah, Julio Jones and Antonio Brown, 2 solid guys. Pretty much, unless Larry Fitzgerald has another great week in a row, which doesn't plan on happening here. Pierre Garçon, the waiter, he's got 6 points already in the second quarter. Andre Johnson, Old Man Johnson, Jonathan Stewart and Yeldon, Tyler Eifert could shine. Gore, I think, might surprise people next week. Now, Craig, we all know that Craig did the wide receiver heavy draft, and it's definitely showing with Andre Williams and Niles Davis as those running backs. Dude, who else does he have as a running back?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Ryan Matthews.
Ryan Matthews. Okay, well
That's one of the other ones.
Yeah, I really think that this is going to eventually bite Craig in the ass.
I know he's banking on picking somebody up on the waiver wire. So
Right. Well, there's somebody that's there to stop him for the next running back that comes. It's called
Nice.
Number One Waiver Wire Report. And yeah, I was happy as a pick of shit that I was there, Craig. And it's going to take a lot to get it away from me. But yeah, Andre Williams pretty much probably just fell into the end zone here for an extra. So you got lucky there. Niles Davis, I don't get it. Reed, I think's a bum. Jarvis Landry, he's possession. He's all right. Salary Chicago should be well. Should get you some points. Cleveland versus Oakland, I disagree with you. I think Cleveland versus Oakland is a great play. Cleveland has you say Carr, but Cleveland has a fantastic defensive backfield. Joe Hayden's going to swallow up Cooper, and then Michael Crabtree, I think whoever the second cornerback will be able to hold him too. They're going to run on him if anything. Now, with that being said, I'm going to pick Josh. I'm going Josh to be the Kubisik killer.
wow.
I think somebody on Craig's team is going to falter, and hopefully it's not Antonio Brown.
Yeah, hopefully not. It could be Manning.
Right.
I mean, maybe he just won't get as many looks. Whatever. That's one thing I'm banking on in terms of Craig's demise is that he's down to Manning. You know, he doesn't
Manning
have a
or
choice.
bust.
Yeah, and unless he picks somebody else up or makes a trade, but I
Well,
agree.
If he makes a trade, somehow it's going to affect his wide receivers
Yeah.
because he doesn't have anything else to offer.
That's true. But I think that as the season goes on, Manning's gonna fade. So
Yeah, I agree.
ask Treesize about that
We could do that for a couple years.
while he's wearing the Romo jersey.
Yeah, it's true. Very much true. I mean, Craig could very well have another year wearing a football jersey.
All right, so you're taking Josh.
I'm taking Josh.
I'm taking Craig. All right, we'll see who wins this one.
I go first?
Yep.
All right. The
The
matchup of the week. The Rook versus Huber Squasher. Oh, I'm so excited for this, Brian. I can't even tell you how excited I am. This is amazing.
Are you Rodney Dangerfield doing an impersonation right now?
I get no respect. The battle of the unbeatens. 2-0 versus 2-0. I don't even know how the Rook got to 2-0. But I'm looking over his lineup. Phillip Rivers, can't doubt that guy only when it's December. So I can doubt him right now. Odell Beckham Jr. coming in at the end of the second quarter right now with a whopping 2 catches for 11 yards. Gotta love that. Definitely gotta love that. Old Man Johnson,
Wait.
Calvin Old Man Johnson versus Denver, who will be covered by Aqib Talib, or whatever the heck his name is. So I love that. And might not even have Matt Stafford.
I didn't know it.
Might be Daniel Orlovsky, who also just throws the ball up and hope that he catches it. And Terrence Williams, I got it. Number 1 receiver for Dallas since my boy Dez Bryant's out. Good luck. Todd Gurley, first game versus Steelers, 7.77 projected. I hope he gets 2 carries. McCoy versus Miami. Okay. Have fun with Ndamukong Kong Su or whatever his name is. Travis Kelce is the only one I'm afraid of. DeMarcus Murray versus the Jets. Oh boy, I feel sorry, man. Good trade. Now Parky versus the Jets as well. Sure. New England versus Jacksonville. Yeah, I'm actually kind of scared of that one. Let's go over to my team. Ben Roethlisberger.
We're gonna go every player.
It's my team, Brian. It's my matchup. We did it with you. We'll do it with me. Okay? Roethlisberger versus St. Louis. Probably going to drop a 50-burger. Edelman. Probably going to get the same stats he got last week and the week before. 11 catches for 97 yards. Maybe 3 touchdowns. Steve Smith Sr. Hope he catch some balls against Cincinnati. Roddy White. Might be proving you wrong, man. Joe Randall.
Joe Randall.
He's going to definitely be used more. Amir Abdullah versus Denver. I mean, this could very well change this whole situation depending on the Eddie Lacy situation. James Starks might start instead.
Okay.
Also, maybe I'll throw in Ronnie Hillman. Hey, I might get jiggy with it.
Wow.
Could be crazy. That's why I got those guys, because I knew those other running backs could not last. Now we got the Black Unicorn. Beautiful specimen. And he's back. He's back, baby. Le'Veon Bell. Oh, my God. I'm 2-0. 2-0 without Le'Veon Bell. How did that happen? 2-0 with a subpar performance by Dez Bryant because he broke a bone in his foot. How did that happen? I don't know. I'm just that good. Oh my gosh. A fresh Bell. And he's clean, man. He's not even smoking. Going against St. Louis. Did you see what Matt Jones just did to him?
Yeah.
My God. Bell's going to destroy him.
I hope so.
Of course.
Not for your sake.
Of course. I'll be there at 10 a.m. watching him. We got Crosby, Green Bay. Gotta love that. And Arizona defense for San Francisco. After watching what the Steelers just did, on defense for Arizona, they can actually intercept the ball. They can catch it. I mean, I am literally going to be throwing ropes of yogurt at your face, Mikey.
Wow.
You big girly.
Wow.
I think I win. This is a blowout. Sorry, kid. You shouldn't have traded.
All right, so that's completely different from what you're saying, like when we actually did trade time, but whatever. So it's a lot closer than you are seeing through your Huber Squasher glasses. Quarterbacks, pretty much a wash. Receivers, I think he has you beat. Even though ODB only has 3 points right now. Calvin Johnson beats Steve Smith. Terrence Williams beats Roddy White. You have him at running backs for sure. Joe Randall probably beats Gurley. I think McCoy beats Abdullah, but Bell is going to crush Murray. I do hope Murray gets on track, and I think that it will prove to be a decent trade for him long term, just not against the Jets. Kelsey and Bennett is probably a wash. Maybe Kelsey gets the better, but they're going to throw to Bennett a ton. Kickers, who cares? And then finally, New England gets the better of you against Arizona. I really, this could go either way. And I think I'm going to give it to you because of Le'Veon Bell. That's the only reason. I think it's going to be closer than you think. I think Bell will help you win it by maybe like 15 or 20. But Gags is going to put up a strong fight, and I hope that ODB pours it on in the second half. So that's my take.
For shame, Brian. For shame.
What? For shame.
Odell Beckham. You shouldn't root for that guy.
I got nothing against ODB. But anyways, and I didn't know this until the draft, but Gags is originally from New York, so he's a huge Giants fan. He could care less about all the other players on his team. He can care less about all the Eagles. Murray, it's not a homer trade at all. So for anybody that didn't know that, anything that he does with New York Giants, that's going to be his homer stuff. So FYI. So that's the matchups this week, and we are going to have potentially 2 teams that are undefeated, because who's the other team that's undefeated? Tree. So we have 3 undefeated teams.
Craig.
And Craig. So
And
we.
Jeff.
Oh geez, yeah, we have a lot of undefeated teams.
It's only week.
So all right, we could still have like probably 3 undefeated teams after this. That's my
Okay.
prediction.
Yeah.
And we're very likely are going to have 3 0-3 teams.
Yes.
Very likely, and I could be one of them. I really hope not, but I could be one of them. I just don't want to go 0-4. I mean, 0-3 you can come back from. 0-4 is really tough to come back from. I've done it. I've tried coming back from 0-4. It doesn't work. So, good luck, gentlemen. Any last words of wisdom?
Suck it. That's my words of wisdom.
Suck what in particular?
Whatever you got in front of you. Just suck on it for a while.
All right. You ready, Delling?
Always ready, Brian.
Go!